and I think the trainers talked about this in the conference call the other day. What do you think about some of the, not Mexican-American fighters, but Mexican nationals like Margarito and Chavez and those guys, putting their support behind Pacquiao? Do you have any thoughts on that at all?
Oh my gosh, yes, of course. I mean, that's beautiful and wonderful that that Chavez and Margarito can support Manny Pacquiao. I was down in Mexico City promoting an HBO series about 3 months ago, and I invited Pepino Cuevas, I invited Zarate, I invited all the great legends from the past, and there were like 15 of them, and they're all coming to the fight as my guests, and they're all in my corner. So if he has Margarito and Chavez, that's fine, no problem.
Gotcha. You know, we were noticing while you were standing there talking how thin you are. Your face is real thin. How difficult was it, or not, to get down to? I understand you were at 146 today.
Yeah, actually 45 today.
145.
Yeah, which was.
Are you shocked that you've been able to get down? You know, I'm not
I'm
3 weeks before the fight.
I was shocked at 145 because I feel strong. About a month and a half ago, I started trying to make 150, 149, 151, and I was feeling weak. I was feeling lightheaded, and but now we have about 3 weeks where our weight is just it's maintained. Where I'm now just feeling strong. So this is my weight. Welterweight is natural for me, so it's just a matter of shedding the pounds and doing it the right way. And the diet had a lot to do with it.
So George was saying that no king taco, no beans and tortillas, nothing like that.
No tamales, no nothing like that. I have to even skip Thanksgiving. Let's put it that way.
So that's not good.
It's a tough life.
Richard Schaefer saying Manny's the one picking on the little guy now.
Yeah, he's 151.
Well, he's what is it, 5 pounds heavier than me now.
Damn right.
So I don't think the weight's going to be an issue. I mean, the fact that we've been able to come down in weight, but my biggest concern was my power and my speed, how it's going to react, how the body's going to shock that. And coming down to welterweight, it's actually enhanced my speed and my punching power. Nacho actually brought out more punching power in my left hook, which is incredible because of the angles of the punches that I'm throwing now. That's what Nacho really focuses on, is the angles of the punches. And so when he told me, I can bring out more power in your left hook, I was not a believer, but now I am.
Yeah, because I remember Mayweather was saying after you fought Stevie Forbes that he thought you looked okay, but that you lacked a little bit of power. So was that a true assessment of that fight, that maybe you were lacking a little bit of power for that fight?
Well, that had to do with us not chopping wood. That had to do with us not doing the types of exercises to increase your power or maintain the power on your arm and your fists, and now obviously, you can see outside we've been hitting the tire with a sledgehammer, and we've been doing the requirements, to keep that power at full force.
Do you think now the fact that you are under 147 and Manny is maintaining around 150, that those of us, myself included, who have talked about you fighting a little guy, you think some of that might go away now?
I don't know. I mean, Manny Pacquiao. He's still a guy coming up from 135. I'm not the biggest welterweight out there. I don't think the weight issue is going to be a problem for anybody. I think the fact that I'm 35, and the fact that he's fast and strong and young and full of energy, I think it's just going to balance out.
Evens the field.
It kind of evens the field. So, I think come fight night, I'm only going to gain maybe 2-3 pounds at the most. It's not going to be like if I'm going to go up to 160.
When you were coming up in weight, Oscar, early in your career, what were the biggest adjustments and the things that maybe Manny's going to have to deal with when he comes up?
Well, see, that's the thing, is that I have the experience of, I jumped up 6 weight classes, so it's really not, if you do it right, and you have to do it right, then it's no big deal. You know, I mean, whoever thought that I would fight at 160 when I started fighting at 130? Never in my wildest dreams, but it's no big deal if you do it right. Now, there's fighters who don't do it right, and that's when you have problems, but I'm pretty sure that Manny and Freddie Roach are doing the right thing and making sure they eat the right foods, making sure they maintain their weight where it should be, and 150 sounds good.
How come Victor Ortiz is not up in camp anymore? I'm sure you've heard the stories about.
Right. He actually wanted to train down there at home. Victor Ortiz is going to be something special.
There it is.
And he was laying his hands on me. I have to admit that. I mean, obviously I was laying my hands on him too, but when I was sparring him, it reminded me when I was 25. It's like I was sparring with myself. You know, it was weird. He was strong. He was fast. And then we finished sparring, and he's like, oh, gives me a hug, and hey, Oscar, oh, you know. So he's gonna be something special, and yeah, the reason why he's not here because he actually wanted to train back home. He has a brother who he takes care of, and I guess his situation, I can understand it. You know, I mean, if he was not in that type of situation where he's basically the parent of his brother. He looks out for his brother. Then I would tell him, hey, stay here and stay focused, and this is what you need. You know, this is what a true champion needs is the focus. But I understood the situation. And he's a hard worker. He's dedicated. He has no bad vices. So I told him, yeah, just go train where you're used to training, where you're comfortable. So that's what he wanted.
So, ¿qué pasó with the